Good morning, all. Today we are going to discuss about the types of cost. So the types of cost are enlisted below. Direct cost are explicit cost, indirect cost are implicit cost, fixed cost, variable cost, accounting cost, economic cost, and total cost, average cost, marginal cost, and opportunity cost. So these points are involved to the types of cost. So in first one, direct cost or explicit cost. So explicit cost are those costs which are made by cash payments for implying the various factors of production. So this direct cost also it can be included in those costs. So cash payments for in a implying to the in production. So the producer actually pays money to produce his goods and services. The producer it can be prepared to the goods and services to produce the goods and services to pay the money. A direct or explicit cost is the material, labor, expenses, overheads, selling and distribution, administrative cost related production of a commodity. So the direct cost it can be included to the material, labor, expenses, overheads, and selling, distribution, administration. So these are involved to the in a direct cost. It is accurate in nature, so it is also in accuracy. An explicit cost can be easily traceable. An explicit cost is defined. So it is also an explicit cost easily traceable. It can be identified. So next one is then indirect cost. So indirect cost or implicit cost are those costs. So which are let's go or sacrifices in order to hire and alternative factors of production. So it is also in sacrificing the cost. So it is also used to in alternative Indian factors of production. So these cost are opportunity cost of the factors, so production. So implicit cost is also called as an imputed cost. So implicit cost it can be also an imputed cost. Here cash outflows does not happen. So it can be in a cash outflows it does not happen. So an implicit cost is defined as a under. So the an implicit cost is a factors production. So sacrificed by the producer for an alternative factors of production. So this implicit cost so it can be used in production process. So sacrificed by the in producer. So it is also an alternative cost also. So next one, fixed cost. So fixed cost are in those costs that do not in change the in short period of time, shortened period of time. So fixed cost do not change. So in shortened period of time. So fixed cost remain the same regardless of the amount of production and sale of commodities. So in other remain it can be same to the production or sale commodities. So these costs are incurred by the company irrespective of its production. There is even in zero production, the firm incurs the fixed cost. The fixed cost so it is there is the in cost incurred by the company. So it is also in respect to of production. So there is even it is zero production, so it can be occurs in the in fixed cost. So fixed cost there is do not change to the in cost. Next one, variable cost. A variable cost is that cost which changes in short run and long run time period. So it can be in change for the short run period and long run period. It always keeps on changing. So it is also in always change to the in short period and long period. So this cost are incurred during the in production process. So this cost it can be incurred to the in production process. So those are costs incurred for employing various factors of production. So it can be in different factors of productions also. A fixed cost becomes a variable cost in long run. A variable, so it is also in fixed cost becomes to the invariable cost. So this is the invariable cost. So next one, economic cost. So economic cost are in those costs the entrepreneur incurs while conducting the economic activities. So it is also in those cost. So it can be incurred to the in conducting to the in economic activities. For example, an entrepreneur on economic activity, his business. So it is also economic activity in a business. Therefore, the economic cost included all direct and indirect that the entrepreneur incurs while conducting the business. So it can be involved to the indirect and indirect cost also. An economic cost is the in summation of explicit cost and implicit cost. So it is also direct and indirect. So an economic cost is it is also in economic cost. So it can be occurs to the in one economic activity. So for example, on entrepreneur it can be used for the in business. So next one, total cost. So the total cost is the in total expenditure incurred by the producer. So it is also in total expenditure incurred by the producer. So producer is goods. The total cost is also summation of a in total fixed cost. So producer is a goods. So the total cost is a in a total fixed cost. So total variable cost also. So the total cost equal to in cost per unit of X quantity of production. The total cost is in fixed cost, total fixed cost plus total variable cost also it can be included to the in total cost. So next one, average cost. So an average cost is in expenditure incurred by the in producer. So it is also in expenditure. For producing any unit of products, an average cost as per the unit of expenditure of the in producer. So for the producing each unit of in production, so producing each unit, so an average cost as per unit of expenditure in a producer. So average cost is also summation of an average fixed cost and average variable cost. So average cost is the evaluated as follows: average cost equal total cost by total quantity of in production or produced. So next one, managerial cost. So the managerial cost is the expenditure incurred by the producer to introduce an additional or extra unit of commodity. So managerial cost it is also in expenditure. So it can be produced to the an additional unit of commodity. So additional produced to the in additional unit. So marginal cost is the additional cost incurred for producing on extra unit after producing a certain amount of units. So in this cost, so additional cost, so it can be producing to the one extra unit after producing to the certain amount of in returns or certain amount of units. And so marginal cost equal to n units. So total units of n equal to total units of n minus 1 units. So next one, opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the opportunity or choice that is in let go of or sacrificing on an alternative choice. So opportunity cost is an opportunity. So choice that for in go, it can mean sacrifice or alternative choice. On economics, opportunity cost is the for further so production factor in the business in alternative production factor an opportunity cost. So an opportunity cost is the it can be sacrificed option or factors of production. So alternative option are in factors of production. So it can be choose for the an alternative. So these types of cost are involved to the in types of cost. Okay, thank you.